Hello and welcome back to a new video, guys. We have our new feeder house chain sitting here. It's got to go in the combine. Dad's gonna help get that in, but at first to get this fixed up, we lost a chunk out of this. This is gonna vibrate a bit if we leave this the way it is, so we're gonna try and fill this in as good as possible and still put a lip on it and get this as balanced out as possible. And that we gotta grease this thing and we'll be able to run corn again. I don't know if we're gonna run today, but we'll for sure be running tomorrow. We've got stage 1 done, and that's fixing up this drum on the feeder house. Did a pretty good job, I think. I could have cut this a little bit wider, but we've got the exact same lip and everything on there. Don't mind that. I burned it down with the welder a little bit on accident, but we welded it to the existing pieces, and then I re-welded that weld, and then I ground it down so that it's not getting in the way of anything. Same up there, and then we welded some patches along the side. We didn't end up getting to that combine yesterday. Me and Dad just got that chain fed through, and I'm unloading a truck that was in the barn. Grain cart's full, gonna get that unloaded too. By then he should be done wrapping up master links, retention and stuff like that. Fixing or greasing the combine. And then we'll hopefully head to the field and get a couple loads done. Get enough to get the dryer going overnight. Well, everything's holding up. We're a couple acres into this backfield that we left off in the other day. We're waiting for Dad to unload. That's truck number 2. And I'm full, I'm sitting, waiting. So, that's the name of the game. We're in 220 bushel corn. Auger at the farm just can't keep up. Need a 10-inch or 13-inch. 300 bushel corn, we might need a 16-inch. I'm just kidding. Once you get to a 13-inch, I think you just start adding trucks. Last 6 of this one. Didn't kick up a deer in this field at all. Average is going to be right at 199.5 bushel, I bet. Let's see. Lift. Back up, line up to the grain cart. Ooh, 199.4. Are we going to get there? Are we going to get there? Aw, oh, come on. Well, I was close. 199.4. Gotta go up to the farm, fill back up with fuel, then head to the next one. There's corn here on the right, so in our next field that we're hitting, 55 acres. We're gonna go down to the far end though. You can see, there we go, it opens up. Gonna go down to the far end. I like working my way opposite of the way I planted, because when I come up to a corner, I'll nose in, and then I back up planting and turn over and back into the corner. So when I'm harvesting, I want to harvest all the way up to the edge of the field and then back up, and I do 3 passes and then spin around. It's just easier if I go the opposite direction of planting, so at least that's the way I found. So we're gonna go down to this end, get all the headlands off of this end, and hopefully by then the grain cart will be down here, and then I'll pluck through the middle of the field and go down to the other end and do the headlands. We are in the next one, and this is our high management, which I would just call it different management, I guess. The field we just came out of was R2 fungicide with boron and sugar with the Infurrow program. This is a little different. This is the full Infurrow program, but it got a V5 foliar with a PGR. And look at where our moisture is. It is a lot different. It is a lot drier, which I've noticed pretty much after that point. This field jumped ahead and became one, or even at some point 2 growth stages ahead of that other field. And that other field is the same variety, and it was planted within 24 hours of this one. So I'm not trying to show you guys the difference between varieties. This is the same thing. This is the 01U74 Golden Harvest, and the other field, it had a fungicide, boron and sugar at R2. This one was boron, sugar, and a PGR at V5. Now there's a strip over there farther that we're gonna get to probably tomorrow or the day after, and that one is an R2 fungicide. Well, it's not fungicide, it's R2 pass, but it's boron, sugar, and a 2600 foliar fertilizer. We put that down at a gallon, which all that was a gallon, a pint, and a pint. But I was using a new drone that has all sorts of software issues, and it ended up actually doubling that rate. So we've got a strip, I think it's like 6 acres of 2 gallons of Feast XL, which is a 2600, and it's got a little boron, and then we have 2 pints of boron and 2 pints of sugar. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like over there, but yields are holding up in this field pretty good. I don't know if it means that fungicide and boron and sugar didn't do anything in the other field because we have similar yields, or if it's purely that V5 foliar that brought this one up to the same level as that one. I guess the only way to really know is when we get over to that strip. If it compounds, then that R2 pass that we did on the other field probably would have compounded with this one. But this one, similar things throughout the year that I saw. Ears were heavier along with that field that we came out of. Just things like that that stand out that you know you're gonna have a yield difference on. So, but it's a long one. I can make it down in about a quarter of the way back before I'm full. I'm trying to do some end rows over here so I can just go down and back, but it's kind of difficult because I can't always get all the way back down here before I'm full. If I ever end up with a grain cart over here, we will be starting on our last hopper of the night. We're at 4,900 bushel for the day. 5,000 should be more than enough to keep the dryer going overnight. Ooh, this field's got some waves in it because this field used to be farmed this way, and we changed directions 2 years ago. So with being minimal tillage, the everything that runs that way stays there for quite a while. And where's my grain cart? I'm almost full. But anyway, just figured I'd give you an update. Time to kick the lights on, I think. There we go. It's not dark, but you gotta cut through that dust. This field is cutting a lot nicer than that other field was. There we go, I see the LEDs back there now. Oop, I just heard some corn go on the cab. Oh well. Here he comes. Broke a unload auger shear bolt 2 loads ago, so had to deal with that. I think the shear bolts are supposed to be metric. We use a 5/16. No, yeah, 5/16 bolt, and I think it's supposed to be metric. I gotta look up on the parts portal and see what John Deere calls for. There's not really anywhere to get a hardened metric bolt, but I don't know. I could try finding some places. I think the AGCO dealer might have something, but John Deere's just too far away to go for a shear bolt. There we are. That's quite a day there. 5,200 bushel. We didn't really get a good start until noon 30 probably. We've got 16 acres done here, 3,200 bushel out of this field, And then the last field we had like 9 acres left, and we pulled 2,000 out of that one. So not doing too bad. This field has a little less top end, I think, compared to, obviously I broke it down. This one had V5 foliar, that one had R2. I really am hoping there's a good check down there where we combine the two passes, but definitely not as much top end in this field. It tops out around 215, 220 maybe. The other field topped out around 230, 240. And I'm not gonna say that the fungicide or the R2 added 15 bushel, but because this field had a different pass at a different time, so I'm not exactly sure how much each one added. I don't have this hybrid in a field on its own, just flat out. So, but I mean, it's not bad corn. So I'm hoping to see some upper 200s over there on that check strip. I wouldn't have expected that if it got the regular rate, because since it's doubled, I mean, upper 200s, 300 maybe is what I would hope to see, but we will see. I'm not going to get my hopes up too much. But yeah, because this one's, we're 16.5 acres in, our average is 189.5. The other one finished out at 199.5, and that was 20 acres. So this one just doesn't have as much top end. We also have some more headlands in this field, a lot more to do yet, so it could go down a little more, but we got the corn out here to make up and build that average back up. I do think I'm going to wrap this video up here, though. It's a full day of corn harvest, and we can start fresh tomorrow. We're going to let the dryer run all night, or until it runs out of corn. It should blow through this pretty quick, being this one's averaging 17, so it's not going to take long to move this corn through. And then we'll see. I got to do some math, figure out how much we can run tomorrow, and how much room we have left in that other bin, because we're continuous flowing into the north bin now, or bin 1. And once that one's full, then we're going to be batch drying until we finish. So if there's 40 acres out here, we'll do 40 times 190, because that's our average currently. I can't see that moving a lot now. We'll do that, figure out how many bushels are here. I'm gonna average the other field at 150, just because that's where the marginal ground's been averaging, and we'll see how many bushels we have down there, and then figure out a game plan, because I have some bushels that got to be shipped out yet. So we'll see if we want to do that tomorrow, check the weather, see what stuff looks like, so on and so forth. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.